Hi, everyone. Lisa Haven here, and I've got a question for you. Why did Joe Biden and his administration just deploy Delta teams all across the United States of America? And why did Anthony Fauci come on Communist News Network, also known as CNN, and state that America just may be split into two parts? Delta teams all across the country. Take a look at this article on CNNPolitics.com. White House to deploy response teams focused on combating Delta variant of COVID-19. Now, the article goes on to state, the Biden administration is set to announce on Thursday that it is deploying response teams across the U.S. to areas with a high spread of the highly contagious Delta variant of COVID-19 as concerns grow around the nation, a White House official told CNN. These teams, made up of officials from the U.S. CDC, the Department of Health and Human Services, and FEMA, will go into communities where officials are worried about the potentially deadly combination, which is low vaccination rates and a significant presence of the highly transmittable form of the virus. The White House has deployed similar response teams in the past, but this is the first time they are focused on the Delta variant, a White House official said. These response teams will conduct surge testing, provide therapeutics like monoclonal antibodies, and deploy federal personnel to areas that need support staff for vaccinations. The White House coronavirus team is spearheading this effort, and officials expect the teams to help with everything from boosting testing to providing supplies and potentially increasing paid media efforts targeting regions where vaccinations are low. While that article sounds really good on the surface, I can't help but shake this feeling that it's just more federal intrusion into our daily lives. And I question if this will be a more permanent thing. Either way, they're making a really big deal about this Delta variant virus right now in the mainstream media. Here's what I'm talking about. CBSNews.com. As Delta variant sweeps the United States, COVID vaccinations rise in Arkansas. NBCNews.com. Threat of Delta variant looms large in unvaccinated South. Forbes.com found this, and I quote, "Don't let the fear mongers win. New public England study of Delta variant shows 44 deaths out of 58,822, or 0.08% in unvaccinated group." If true, I'd really love to see that study. With that, I also want to show you this clip of Anthony Fauci talking about America being split in two. Take a listen.
When you have such a low level of vaccination superimposed upon a variant that has a high degree of efficiency of spread, what you are going to see among under-vaccinated regions, be they states, cities, or counties, you're going to see these individual types of blips. It's almost like it's going to be two Americas.
So fake Fauci says it's almost as if there are two Americas. You know, a vaccinated America and an unvaccinated America. Is he hinting at some kind of COVID passport that he wants to implement in the near future? Well, I think we should have a freedom of choice and abide by the Constitution when it comes to that. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning into the broadcast.
It's time. Judgment Day is here. Thank you for your patience. They will pay now. I will post the classified information. Q. President Trump calls America to 21 days of prayer. Okay. Now, this first part, she's going over all of the NESARA payout, JSARA information. So I'm going to just leave that there. And destroy 34 buildings and dams. In January, the power supply of 10 countries was disrupted by space plants. Shortly before, within 30 minutes, this was the case in Israel. If they could do this to 10 countries at the same time, they could also do it to all countries. Number 3, airplanes and trains would be grounded. Let's not forget about the military exercises happening around the world. Everything was happening in front of our eyes. This was the largest military operation in the history of planet Earth. Wow. All of those exercises we read about, all of the different positioning was cover. They were actually going into the DUMBs and cleaning out the cabal. Number 4, there would be a unique water event that would likely include the Chinese Three Gorges Dam, whose wall has cracked and could drain the water level at any time. Below were 24 reactors that would be deactivated by a cyber attack launched from space. There was also a large laboratory where adrenochrome was produced, and the water of the dam would fall on the city of Wuhan. In recent months, the population of the area was evacuated. The Three Gorges Dam was one of the most important elements of the big event. You know, maybe that was part of all of the flooding you kept seeing. Maybe they intentionally flooded Wuhan in different areas to get people evacuated, like that was the cover story. They're, you know, because they do that. That's probably what happened. White hats would cause a black swan event, which was an occurrence that deviated beyond what was normally expected of a situation and extremely difficult to predict. It would introduce a global state of war. This would be the most important summer of the 21st century. Number 6, terrible events would happen. A fictional World War III scenario aiming to shake people awake. Sirens in all national military command centers would warn of a nuclear warfare.
What kind of government's afraid of its own people? A unifying one? I was told Joe Biden is the great unifier, that he's going to bring this country together. Apparently walls work, because he's putting one up around his fucking house.
Now in the United States of America, lots of things are ahead, and America is really unprepared for some of the things that we are about to experience. Well, lots of things are happening right now in the United States of America. Lots of things are ahead, and America is really unprepared for some of the things that we are about to experience. Well, in today's broadcast, I have Ronnie McMullen with me, and he's got some inside detail that I really think you need to hear. Now, Ronnie McMullen, he is a health expert, and he has GetTheTea.com. By the way, if you guys have not had his Super Strength Tea, this stuff has literally changed my entire digestive system. I had so many digestive problems just from my personal experience. Try his Super Strength Tea, take advantage of that, and buy in bulk because there's lots of supply issues. And right now with any $60 order, you get this moringa leaf with it for free. Just use the coupon code Lisa. But let's dive into what the heck is going on. Ronnie, are you with me over there?
I am. How you doing, Lisa?
Well, we're okay. You know, with everything that's going on, all the mandates, the restrictions, the stealing of our freedoms, the economic crisis. I don't know. Why don't you tell me what on earth is happening and what's your assessment right now for the United States of America?
Well, first of all, I think they're going to tank the economy. This great reset they've been talking about, I think they're going to tank the economy because people get worried about their money. There's a lot of fear. People aren't prepared. It puts the whole world into chaos. And then they can do the dastardly deeds when the world goes into chaos. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. And we're seeing the craziest thing. Think about this. We have a pandemic going on. We have this major crisis that's taking place. And yet people are building houses so fast that they can't get the lumber. What's with that?
Well, the other thing I'll add to the economy, and I've talked about this a couple of times before, right now, we had all the lockdowns, which caused businesses to close their doors. We had restaurants, entertainment venues, everybody closed their doors and just completely go out of business. Then after all, the whole lockdown fiasco, then you had mandate fiasco. You had to social distance. You had to get the plexiglass. You had to do all of that. That also caused shortages in our industries. On top of that, Biden and his administration were paying people more money to stay home than to work. That caused, on top of everything with the pandemic, worker shortages, massive worker shortages. And we still have these work shortages today in mass. You almost can't go anywhere without seeing a sign. Then on top of that, the Biden administration now has just announced his vaccine mandate that either your company, if you have over 100 employees, you have to either vaccinate your employees or they have to be subjugated to tests. This is also causing shortages in every single field because they're all leaving. Like nurses are leaving. leaving? These are the same nurses, by the way, who took care of us during the COVID-19 pandemic. And if we're such a dire straits in a pandemic, why are we even taking any precaution at getting rid of a single nurse? We need all the nurses that we can get, but we're losing nurses. We're losing fire department people. We're losing police department. We're losing people who are in the food distribution, all because of these new mandates and measures. So I think when we say economic implosion, it's about to go.
Absolutely. I mean, we are so close to it, and the stock market is showing its numbers. It's much like a roller coaster. Bitcoin is I think it's interesting. This is just my opinion, of course, but when they talk crap about a certain issue for so much, it's kind of like they're giving away their position. And I think they want to tank this economy where one day we're going to wake up, and this will be one day soon, we'll wake up, the banks will be closed. They've already geared the banks to work towards crypto, and it's not going to be the main crypto. What they really want is they want one crypto coin that they control, tax, use, and basically put us online. No more paper money, no more changing, no more trading. They want that gone because it's all about tax.
Yeah, and let's add to that, they're trying to implement a whole tax system for that as well, not to mention Biden's infrastructure deal that pretty much, he says it doesn't tax the middle class, but basically like through taxing the small businesses, those over 400,000 or whatever, that always topples down to the middle class. And that's what they completely ignore. And it's like, okay, I mean, I think this could be bigger than an explosion. I really hope people are ready. And by the way, make sure you're not stressed out as well, because stress can have a lot can do a lot of things to your body. And I know you have products for that as well, right, Ronnie? Just to kind of help boost your immune system and your spirits.
Yeah, the kicker is most people don't realize that fear, which is what they're putting out most of all is fear, absolutely tanks your immunity. And when you tank your immunity, you're done like a dinner. It's kind of like shields up. If you were to go out and go to a paintball and you didn't have any cover, you're going to get shot and you're going to get paint all over you. So you got to get your immune system up so you have a cover. And I have many products. And in fact, one of them being Allison Advanced, 1 pill a day. People go, I'll take 2 or 3 a day. You can, but you only need 1 a day. It's like 40 cloves of garlic. So we have Coral C, we have the tea. The tea is so important for the digestive system. And this is where, think about it, when you're fearful, when you're sick, where's it all happening? Right in your gut. So, and when some of your biggest decisions, you say, well, I've got a what? Gut feeling. So everything is happening in the gut. It's very good to keep that clean. And that's going to help your immunity be up. And immunity it's like Batman says, shields up. And that's exactly what you need to be thinking about. Shields up. We have probiotics, we have prebiotics, we have vitamin C, we have all of it. So, and right now with the special going on, we have a couple of specials on the front page. The first special is bee pollen and tea, which is really cool. Bee pollen is great for allergies. So it's not like we don't have any allergies out there, right? So we have allergies and tea, so we take care of that. And then for those people that have type 2 diabetes, and that's kind of a subject that people don't like to talk about, it's not something they want to share. But if you're struggling with blood sugar support, we have the Takedown Special, which has cinnamon, Takedown, and tea. And believe me, that'll put you square on where you need to be.
Yeah, and by the way, this is, again, you can get it at getthetea.com. He has an entire store of specials. I'll link them in the description box below. And use that code Lisa if you spend over $60 to get the free Moringa. But I think in light of everything, all this stress can do a number on our bodies. So it's good to just stay on the right path and not get yourself stressed out. Because I know when we think about what's happening, our freedom's getting usurped. The fact that the Biden administration is literally using our Constitution like toilet paper. When you think about the eviction memorandum where he just said, it doesn't matter, the CDC's going to call the shots. The CDC doesn't call the shots because we didn't elect the CDC, nor did we elect Anthony Fauci. And then we have have these mandates and measures that are constantly being forced on our, businesses. These are all severely unconstitutional. Now, the Democratic Party and Joe Biden's administration has made it very clear they don't care about the U.S. Constitution. They don't care about our rights. And this is why many governors and many Republicans are suing the Biden administration, and rightly so. And I think this is really going to cause not unity and peace like he claimed when he was running for presidency, but quite the opposite. He is causing division. He is pitting people against each other, the unvaxxed against the vaxxed, the Democrats against the Republicans, the right against the left. This is what we've seen time and time again with these one-sided policies. One treatment for the Capitol 6 people and another treatment for Black Lives Matter and Antifa. It's not fair. It's not equal. And that's not what we're seeing. And for a party that claims to be all about equality, they're anything but.
Well, then we also have super advanced technology that's taking place. We have nanochips. We have all kinds of stuff that's getting into our body. And then we have somebody at the top that's basically buying up the whole Midwest so he can farm GMO products. And GMO products will take you down quickly because it lowers your immune system so that when any intruder outside, any muck that's floating around in the air gets you, you have no immune system. And this is the whole thing. It's the biggest play. It's the biggest setup I've ever seen. Eat the GMO foods and watch yourself go down. And think about this. What was the diabetes rate 50 years ago versus now? It's crazy.
Well, not just diabetes. You got diabetes, dementia. Actually, the World Health Organization put up a report about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I did not report on it here, but I am going to now. But World Health Organization said that there is going to be in the future, and I don't remember how many years, I think it was 15 years in the future, a 42% increase in dementia. And I thought, where are they grabbing this? And when you look at the ingredients we're putting in our foods, like you said, the GMOs, the Roundup we're using on the ground, not to mention everything being sprayed from the skies to all around us. And I think all these things obviously are going to have a repercussion on our bodies. And that's why it's important. The things that you can personally do at home is make sure that you're eating an organic diet as much as you can, organic foods, and exercise. Even if it's, minor exercise, do any kind of exercise, but keep yourself somewhat active. And I think those are some of the best things that are going overlooked that we can help